So this one is it's like a non-news story, but it was just weird to me. 2 Point Hospital. I think we talked about it a little bit in the past. Really cool throwback to Theme Hospital. They now have Sonic the Hedgehog items in their game as a crossover. So I guess you can make some of your doctors and stuff wear Sonic costumes, which is, I don't know.
I guess that's publisher is Sega, so I guess they have no problem doing that.
Yeah, I guess they're doing the 30th anniversary, but it's still just a weird mashup. It's free. It's not going to change the gameplay, but I thought that was kind of funny. I do like when totally different things meet. One actually fairly interesting news story is that EA will be remaking Dead Space.
Mm-hmm.
So
I heard about that.
A lot of people have wanted this. People love the first game. They like the second game a lot, and then I guess the general feeling was that the third game was not that good. It was a little. I kind of didn't really find out or know about the game until a little after my time. Yeah, but it does kind of look like one of the few horror type games that I would actually enjoy. And because I do kind of like sci-fi horror.
And that's the remake of the original, right?
The original.
Yeah, and the original came out in 2008, October 20th, 2008. So, yeah, that's aging.
Yeah, and in the just the very brief little trailer that showed, it looks very pretty, and so hopefully it's good. The remakes lately have been pretty good, so it seems like they're actually pouring a little more time and effort into those, and I think with EA like in a good spot to repair its image because all the other game companies are crazy rapists.
Yeah.
They're like, we can just add the tiniest amount of effort. We'll just give the players a little bit of what they want. And then we'll be known as the good publisher because all the other publishers are shitty in comparison.
Yeah.
But see, yeah, we got Weird West. It gave like a first look. That game looks pretty cool. It's ex-Dishonored and Prey devs from Arcane. And it's like this isometric Western horror type game with almost like ARPG look to it a bit. You got multiple characters in it that all kind of can play differently. And I don't know, like I'm a huge fan of Deadlands role-playing game. It's probably my favorite of all role-playing games. Just for its world building, and because I love the old westerns. Like it's one of my favorite time periods. Just this wild, chaotic West, and horror mixed with it, like vampires and werewolves in the West, and all these like headless horsemen and shit. So anything that's kind of set in that style, I'm just all about. So
the estimated release date on that is fall of this year. So October probably. October is a big month this year for game releases.
And if you're doing like a slightly horror game, no brainer.
Yeah, it looks fucking badass, dude. From what I'm seeing.
Yeah, the art looks awesome. The gameplay looks sick.
Yeah, and I can see the RPG elements. I can kind of see the simulation elements. So yeah, it looks like a game that I'll definitely want to play. That looks really cool.
Yeah, looks dope. Little minor news. You might be a little bit interested in this though. I don't know if you've heard about Icarus, but it is a one of your type of games. It's a survival game, but it's sci-fi. But it looks like very, very low level sci-fi because this guy's hunting wolves in a mountain terrain.
Oh, kind of like Horizon Zero Dawn a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's a survival game, and it's the guy who made DayZ. So it's going to be like one of those big survival games. It was supposed to come out August 11th. It's gotten pushed back to November. Good. Always pushing back games, always leaving them in the oven is going to be better for us as the players.
Yes. I'm a huge proponent of that, you know. When devs get so much shit for like putting a game back, it's like, give them a break. Man, what's the name of CD Projekt Red's CEO? I don't know, but he was talking about Cyberpunk before it came out, like a month before it came out, and dude,
Polish.
He looks so stressed out. Like I have never seen someone more stressed out in my life, dude. And he had a reason to be stressing, but man, the pressure, the absolute
still getting shit up.
Fucking pressure, man. So give him time, let it come out and let it be good, you know. But yeah, Icarus looks awesome, dude. Let me just read the summary of this real quick. Unless you want to read the summary, I know.
No, hit it up.
All right, so Icarus is a session-based PvE survival game for up to 8 co-op players or solo. Explore a savage alien wilderness in the aftermath of terraforming gone wrong. So that's an interesting premise.
That is cool premise.
Survive long enough to mine exotic matter, then return to orbit to craft more advanced tech. What the fuck? Meet your deadline or be left behind forever. Dude.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. It's funny because they just this week were releasing, like, people, I guess, played the beta or something this week. So, or very recently. So I was watching some of the gameplay and it looks good. It looks very pretty, especially for a survival game. Like, it looks like one of the better looking survival games I've seen. Just as pure, like, graphics. But yeah, that got pushed back. The one thing I will criticize, I hate when they're like, this game's supposed to come out in 2 weeks. Why are you delaying it now? You knew it wasn't going to be ready. How bad are these people at project management that they don't know 3 months before that it's going to take longer than 3 months, and then they need 6 months, 2 weeks before? It's like, people are going to respond better if you're like, hey, look, the release date's in 3 months or 6 months, but we're actually going to push it to a year. We need this to blah, blah, blah. Because I can definitely understand being frustrated, especially if you're younger. Like, I don't get excited about games as much anymore. But when I was a kid, like, putting off something for a month was like, no! Mm-hmm. You know, because a day lasts so long to a kid.
Yeah.
So, like, but when it's, like, supposed to be out in 2 weeks and then it gets delayed, I could definitely see people being like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I wonder if it's not, like, people afraid of losing their jobs. Or, you know,
it's gotta be.
Yeah, like a programmer who's like, okay, I'll have it ready, and like they can't get figured out, and the time comes, and then he finally has to admit, or she finally has to admit to the lead, hey, I don't have this done, you know. Yeah,
but like, I know marketing, like, you wouldn't think, but marketing tend to be like bosses in these areas. Like, a lot of the developers have to bow down to fucking marketing teams. And if you look at the budgets of games nowadays, it makes perfect sense, because marketing is usually, they spend more on that, or as much on that, as they do actually developing the fucking game. And so you got to think, though, how pissed is marketing? Because you're releasing all this stuff with, you know, this is coming out this day, and, you know, it's, you know, the release date's coming out, and then to not, like, you're costing a lot of money by waiting this long, it seems to be. But yeah, it probably is usually the leader being lied to, like, no, we're on track. No, we're on track. We'll make it. And it's like, oh, we're not going to make it. It's like, well, you're definitely not working on my next game after this. Go ahead and finish. And then just one final little piece. Not really a big deal to us, but Forza Motorsport 7 is being removed from sale after only 4 years. And this is just a little puzzling, because they're going to be leaving on the multiplayer. So I don't understand why they're going to just stop selling it. If they're leaving on the multiplayer, it doesn't seem like it's costing that much more in server fees, like, with overcrowding. And then to also, like, if you have bought in a single piece of DLC for the game and you were playing it on Game Pass, they'll send you a token to own the game. So if you want to keep playing it, I guess buy a piece of DLC if you've been on Game Pass, or buy it. It's on sale for $10 right now. It's also weird to say, oh, we're going to stop selling this game after only 4 years, but then we're going to put it on sale for $10. Grab it while you can. It's just kind of a puzzling move. But yeah,
I don't get it.
There's some sort of business strategy there. Maybe it's licensing on the car's usage or something in the game. Who knows? I'm just speculating.
Yeah, I don't know either.